I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, bad credit. Here at Kajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let them have it.
I've got my dollars and I sent in my best offer.
We say, yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Hello, and good morning, everyone, on this Thursday, cold, 24 degrees, nasty and snowing and all that nastiness outside. I'm glad I'm inside. All right, let's see who's in the chat first today. First is Mark and Mike. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And Ping G. Hello, good morning, and welcome. How are y'all doing? Gina. Hello, good morning, and welcome. Tina. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how you doing? Good to see y'all. Anne Marie, hello, good morning and welcome. And Pam, hello. Helen, hello, good morning and welcome. And Sue, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Lisa, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Susie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see y'all. Let's see. Purple Winks, hello, good morning and welcome. And Sugar, hello, good morning and welcome. And how you doing? Good to see you. And there's Melissa. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Glammaz. Good to see you. Yes, you'll see us live in a bit. And there's Jennifer already dropping those links. That this week is our feature channel of the week, y'all. Check it out. She's also going to be here on a live tomorrow with Q&A all about Etsy. That's tomorrow. Let's see. Susie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Linda, hello, good morning and welcome. And thank you for being here. How did you hear about the channel? Good to see you and welcome. Let's see who else. I Spy Queen, Anitra. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see ya. I love the gift. Yes, he did that. Yes, that was yesterday. And I think Tuesday he did the other one. Geneva, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see ya. Angela, hello, good morning and welcome. Let's see. Renee, hello, good morning and welcome. And how you doing? Okay. Let's see. All right, let me go through the calendar because there's a list of people going live today, starting at, let's see here, 9 o'clock is Silver Hair Stacker Todd. At 9:30, right after the show, is Dawn from Dawn Southern Finds Dawn, and Susie Woozy go live from the doghouse. So definitely check them out. Show them some love and support. They only do it on Thursdays. And then you have Jabby's Laughing and Listing. At 10 o'clock, you have Carol's Creative Corner with Irene on their sale on the Thursdays, which they call Carol's Steals and Deals. At 10 o'clock, you have Stacy May Catitude, and she does that 7 days a week. If you like doing crafting, she does a lot on her lives in the morning. And then at 10 o'clock, you also have the Buddha Chick. She goes live 7 days a week, except she just changed it to Fridays, no Fridays. She does her daily devotion. 10:30 is Adopted Retrospect. 11:30 is a Jackass Retro. At 12 o'clock, because it is Thursday, because Tuesday and Thursdays, Dawn and Mary go live from the Two Hip Chicks. At 1 o'clock is Ella, saved here first with a guest. At 5 o'clock is Victoria goes live with her auction. I think it's with Nana Tank. I'm not 100% sure. 6:30 is Roy, Dust Not Included, and Janine's. At 7 o'clock is Dawn's channel. At 7 o'clock, I think they're taking a break right now because Native Pie has had back surgery, so I don't think they're on tonight. The Vintage Hippies goes live at 7. 8 o'clock is Caucasian Sasquatch goes live at 8. And then at 8, you also have OCS Auction House. And that's with Amber. And then at 9 o'clock, you have New England Thrifter with Laverne and Shirley with Stuff by the Seashore. And then at 9 o'clock, you have Southern Belle Battle with Belle. And then at 9:30 is Veronica Mika. She goes live at 9:30. So there's your lineup. Definitely check them all out. And let's see here. Go back and say hello to a few others that just came in. Where am I in the chat? Lord, the chat. Okay, let's see. Geneva. Linda's, I said hello. Geneva. Okay, right here is where I was. Glammaz review at 8 p.m. tonight, 7 Central. Check it out. Oh, let's see. Renee, Jennifer, everybody saying hello. Andrew, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing, sir? Jeffrey, hello, good morning and welcome. Hope you have a great day too. Everybody saying hello. Johnny, it is 25 degrees here with wind chills. Yeah, I ain't going out there. I got to later, but not right now. Good morning, Dawn. Good to see you. Cool Beans, Mike, hello, good morning and welcome. And there, Stacy May, hello, good morning and welcome. Let's see, it's yes, it's Thursday. Last day of my job tomorrow. 3-day notice. What? Well, I hope congratulations are in order. Hope everything goes well for you. Let's see. It will be Ella's channel today at 1. Oh, you're going to be on that today as a guest. That's right. She did say that yesterday. Cool. Let's see. Sailor Stacker. Hello, good morning and welcome, sir. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Trying to get through the hello so we can bring on Glammaz. Mark, hello, good morning and welcome, sir. How you doing? Did you drop any of those videos yet with the motorcycle stuff? I didn't get a chance to see it yet. It's going to be 70 in Kentucky. Yeah, yes, it was in the 80s for some people. Johnny, you should take a trip back home. I know. I heard about that yesterday. Yeah, I know. But you know what? It's okay. I'm enjoying this new weather. All right. Our host is back. She had to go refill her coffee. And so without further ado, let's bring on none other than Glammaz Closet.
Good morning. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I got me a chance to go tell everybody hello.
Oh, good.
Sabrina, let's see. Sabrina, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Dropped a video yesterday. Okay, Mark, I got to go check it out. I had some shows yesterday, so I couldn't do it. Yvonne, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? So for those who just started coming back to the channel or not knowing what's been going on, did you get any show? Did you get any snow? Yes, we did, boo. Yeah, it sure did. It snowed again last night. It did twice yesterday. And it's nasty this morning. I just got a notification. Winter weather, 23 degrees. It just went down. The temperature's going to start going down for the rest of the day. So, yeah. And I want to say, Lisa, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. So today is going to be Q&A all about Poshmark. So if you have brought your questions in, make sure you do ask them in the chat. Please make sure you put the word question all in caps and then your question, or at least a Q and then at and in Kajun Roots so I can see that you have a question, because I don't want to miss anybody's questions. I try to keep up in the chat and I try to make sure I put a little star next to it so I can go back and catch it. So we'll start with, first of all, Glammaz. How are you doing? And go ahead and promote your channel. Hello, Jeannie. We only get rain here. Yeah, I know. Lucky you. I know Irene got snow more than we did. So talk a little bit about your channel and promote what you have going on with your channel. I think it's this weekend and tonight. Yes.
Today's a busy day for me. Obviously, I have every Thursday morning I will be live with Kajun Roots Reseller in the foreseeable future for Poshmark Q&A. And then tonight, I actually have a special live. I'm going live, and we're doing at 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'm doing a red carpet fashion review. Fashion reviews are one of the things that I do. And I'm doing Glammaz very opinionated and super salty fashion review. So you're going to get a lot of opinions, but also a lot of just, kind of looking at those red carpets and going, okay, what's going to end up at at Zara being reproduced, and what's going to end up, in the dumpster pile, what's going to be iconic fashion 20 years from now. These are things that we kind of, you don't really need to know, but as resellers, it always helps to keep your finger on the pulse, I think, of the fashion world, because you never know what you're going to run across and how rare it's going to be. And you may actually learn a little something, but mostly it's just fun. It's just a fun hangout. And since I miss my beardos, I thought this would be a good time to fill in some empty space on Thursdays. Every Saturday morning on Glammaz Closet at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Pacific. We have my weekly reseller news and my weekly update. And that's where we talk about everything related to reselling. If I come across any news, what's going on here, what's going on in Canada or the UK, or, worldwide with eBay or Poshmark or Etsy or Mercari or any of the other platforms. That's when we talk a little bit about that. We have suites for the suites, so I do shout outs, and then we have, of course, Glammaz usual salty treats.
All right,
So
caught up with her in the chat while you were doing that.
Yeah, of course.
If anybody has any questions about Poshmark, feel free to put them in the chat. Also, make sure you either put the word question in all caps, or you put the word letter Q with @ and in Cajun, so I'll catch it. So on last week, we talked a couple of things about Poshmark, and one of the things I want to ask today to kind of get this started, when you go to list things on Poshmark, I gotta remember today's Poshmark, when putting a title, do y'all have like a set amount of characters that you can put in there, and does the characters have to be, again, the most important thing to be maybe keywords, or how does that work with the titles for Poshmark?
With Poshmark, it's kind of the same as eBay, where there's a limited amount of characters that you can put. With Poshmark, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's, I want to say it's 200 characters, but it may actually be less than, not 200 characters. I've been doing it for so long, and it's so automatic that I actually haven't counted since I first started. So I'll have to take a look. Typically, I will do anywhere from 10 to 12 words. I won't go past that. And you do need keywords, but the keywords on Posh are a little bit different. So we don't, unless you're doing like electronics or something like that, in which case your keywords would pretty much be the same. But I do know that it's shorter than it is on eBay. You get a shorter amount of, about half the amount of title that you do on eBay. So with Posh, because if you're selling clothing on Posh of any type, or shoes or accessories, the most important thing that you want to lead with is always going to be the brand name. Because people look by brand more on Posh than they do on any other platform besides like the Real. So I would say brand name, color, fabric, size. Those are going to be like your main 4 keys. Okay. If it has something specifically special on it, let's say that it has a rhinestone square pleat, then probably that's something that you want to allude to in the title as well. So if it's something that's unusual, or if it's something that's really vintage, like let's say that you have a vintage, Chanel tweed suit from the 50s, that's going to be an important thing to put the decade into, because sometimes people are looking for that.
Okay. We got some questions coming in. Hello, Ms. D. Good morning. Hello and welcome. And first, we're going to go with Tina. When choosing what to list, do you go with what's in front of you, or do you create and make your closet make sense?
When I choose what to list, I typically go with what's in front of me, but when I'm sourcing, that's when I do most of the curation. So there are, and I do have a curated closet, and I don't. I sell the things I like. So whether I come across a pair of black Old Navy distressed jeans that I think are cool, or whether I come across, a vintage piece of Dior, it's all just stuff that I like. You don't have to make your closet a specific niche in order to be able to sell on it.
All right, Anne, I'm trying to understand your question. Live show. The host sells for other people?
No.
Question mark. I'm confused about this. Can you sell for yourself, and do you have to apply to go live?
The host sells for themselves. So they sell actually for themselves. Everybody hosts their own shows. I went to a live show just the other day and picked up some earrings. They were so cute. I told you I shop a lot. And the host was the person whose Poshmark closet it was. Now, you can have somebody else host for you if you're camera shy. That's no problem. But typically most of the sellers will host for themselves, and most of them are young and cute, and they're happy to go live. They're used to social media. As far as applying to go live, eventually, yes, that will be the case. Right now, you can't go live unless you've got an invitation to do so. So they're still in that phase where they have to send out an invitation. I tried to.
Invitation, is that from Poshmark or is that from someone else?
That's from Poshmark, and it would be either emailed to you or sent to your closet. I tried to go on and book a Poshmark show, and the icon that you click on was not available on my Poshmark closet. And I'm a Poshmark ambassador and ambassador too in good standing. So there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to do a Poshmark show, except for it's still in the sort of the beta testing phase. Which you would think not, because there's like thousands of them, but you can actually at one point you can actually apply to do a Poshmark show, and I think that's coming within the next few months. It's just not possible right now.
All right, Mom Knows Treasures. Yvonne says, Glammaz, do you read magazines like Vogue, etc., or do you watch fashion info shows? What's your go-to source for fashion news and styles, trends, etc.?
I'm going to say D, all of the above. I do a lot of research when it comes to fashion, and excuse me, it's not just pardon me, it's not just high-end fashion either. I also do street fashion information. So I look at magazines. Vogue and Cosmo are usually my go-tos. I also watch a lot of YouTube fashion reviews, like a lot. I have probably 10 to 12 different subscriptions, and they do information all the time. In addition, I also keep track of what's selling for me on Poshmark. So if I see something that is trending that's flying out the door, I keep track of that. I keep track of how many skirts, how many pants, what type of skirts, that sort of thing. In addition to that, I have a very, very, very large family. So the Nichols clan is ginormous, and the Georges aren't too much smaller. So I watch what the younger people in my family are wearing, what they show up to for things like baby showers. We just had a baby shower. It was like 72 people for a baby shower, and I look at what, not just like them, but like my grandchildren, they're starting to get into, especially my granddaughter's starting to get into that trendy stuff. I watch what's happening in the malls when I go. I make mental notes all the time. I've been in love with fashion since I was a little girl, and that has never ever changed. It's my one true obsession besides Mr. Nichols. So it's something that I pay a lot of attention to. So yeah, I do read magazines like Vogue. I do watch fashion information shows. I also watch, runway shows every season, when they come out with the spring and summer, and then when they come out with the fall and winter, because I like to be well-rounded and just, I like to know my stuff. If I'm going to sell it, I want to know it.
Right. All right. We have another. I'm going back to the stars here because I have to store some.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's right. No, you're good. I just want to make sure where I'm at, because I'm telling everybody hello through the chat while you're talking. So that keeps me going with the statements and our questions. Susie said there was a 80-character limit on listing titles in Poshmark.
Thank you, Susie. Yeah, it's been so long. I just kind of know how it's going to fit.
All right, Tommy would like to know, in your opinion, do you feel that you could make a full-time supporting income of reselling clothing and fashion alone?
That is a great question. My answer is you could, if you put in, you have to put in, the same effort that you would put in for hard goods. And you have to be able to, you would have to do a lot of homework. You'd really have to kind of be ahead of the trends, or you would really have to know your vintage like the back of your hand to do that, because we're talking about creating a massive closet with, massive storage. So do I think that it's possible to make a full-time supporting income? Yes. I will never do that unless I absolutely get backed into a corner and have to, because I enjoy it too much to take it that seriously.
Okay. Little Debbie says, Johnny, I really like these reselling platform themes chats. Very, very helpful each day. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of bring it back to the basics. And when I reached out, because what started this, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, what started me to go back to this is Tommy would come in the morning, show the bargain effect. He would come in the chat and he would throw these questions out in the chat about reselling on eBay. Mm-hmm. And so I reached out to him and I said, okay, come on over. I don't want to talk to you. And so that's how it sparked. And then I started reaching out to others and had others reach out to me. And so that's why we went back to the questions per platform, because there's so many different platforms to sell on, but there's so many questions, so and thank you for enjoying this, and share it out, because that's what we want to do. We want to bring this back to others. Shopping on the low. Hello, good morning and welcome. And my next question, does being a Posh ambassador give you a boost in search?
Yeah, that's a great question. The truth is, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so. I think the number of times that you share per day is the thing that would give you a boost in search. The thing that a Posh ambassador, having that title, does for you with Posh ambassador first tier, where it's you're a Posh ambassador, it gives you something to. It gives you a goal to try to achieve. And so once you've achieved that goal, it means that your closet is kind of, you learn as you go, and it means that your closet is kind of up and ready to sell. With the Posh Ambassador 2, you actually get, the biggest benefit for that is that you get Poshmark's customer service. You get like a direct customer service line, and Poshmark customer service for sellers is really hard to get a hold of. So it's a good thing to have that. But as far as boosting your listings, share, and list, because the more you list, the more your stuff's going to pop to the top.
Well, with that, do y'all have, I know for eBay, you can go to like the Facebook. There's a thing you can talk to somebody on Facebook and they kind of go faster to reply. Do y'all have that with Poshmark as well?
I haven't ever tried to reach out to Poshmark on Facebook. Honestly, usually if I have to reach out to Poshmark customer service, it's because they've reached out to me first. I had a situation where I had two very similar t-shirts, and I that was completely on me. I flipped them up. And so I had to coordinate the shipping labels and all of that stuff to get them shipped back to the original people. So that one, like Poshmark is involved. If anybody has would like to report something wrong with the sale of mine, they would report that to Poshmark. So it's rare that I actually have to reach out to Poshmark customer service. Usually they reach out to me first.
Okay. Tina would like to know, what sells better, new with tags or pre-loved?
It depends on the time of year. I would say that with swimwear, with intimates, and around Christmas time, those are going to sell better new with tags. Shoes that are new with tags are going to sell better new in box. Pre-loved jeans will sell all day just as much. Actually, I've had, new with tags jeans sitting in the closet, and the pre-loved ones just go straight out the door. So it when it comes to like jeans and t-shirts and stuff, there is an entire generation, actually more than one. There's an entire segment of the population that when the pandemic started, a lot of them lost their jobs and they had to be on budgets. And so they had to start thrifting themselves. There's also more of a lean towards sustainable clothing. So I think that plays into it too. So people aren't as they were like 30, 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But as far as Christmas, no tags.
Okay. So the next one, Thomas says he likes this morning show platform also better. It's just him. And that's one of the things I've been wanting to do. And I like to hear feedback when it comes to what y'all would like to do for the morning show. I can sit in and talk all day long, but that's not what we want to do here. So that's why when somebody asks and suggests, I'll go for it. So I'm always looking to change and do things better for y'all. So, all right. Yvonne says, have the sellers on Poshmark complained about needing to send a discount in shipping when you send an offer? Does Posh to change that anytime soon?
I can tell you that every time that I send an offer where I have to send a discount in shipping, yes. Of course we complain. You betcha. We don't like it either. If I'm sending out an offer to likers, I have to send it out with a shipping discount, a minimum of like a $2 and I think 10-cent shipping discount or something like that. So I have to send that out with the discount. If I have somebody who's building a bundle, I don't have to send a shipping discount for that. That's up to me. So there's a little bit of a difference there. But yeah, if I'm sending an offer to liker, I have to send a stupid shipping discount, and I'm not happy about it at all.
Okay, I'm lost about that one because already the price of the shipping is going to be the same regardless if you bring the price down or send an offer. So why is it that they're making you send them a discount on the shipping as well when you're sending them an offer and that package doesn't change? I don't know why they're making you do that.
Poshmark has they have prepaid shipping labels that are $7.95 per label, and it's all priority mail. So they have flat shipping kind of across the board. Mm-hmm. The customer pays the shipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Poshmark doesn't pay for it. I don't pay for it unless I'm giving a shipping discount, and then I pay whatever that discount is.
Now that makes more sense.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So that takes like an extra $2 out of my bottom line. Now, a lot of times with most items that I send that sort of a discount on, they're priced at a point where $2 isn't going to kill me on it. But there are some things where, like if I have like a $12 t-shirt, and I send out, 20% off of that. So that's what I would send out, like an $8 offer, $9 offer, something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I guess it would be $8. And then they take an extra $2 off for a shipping discount. That's a problem.
Right. Okay. Then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And does Poshmark plan to change that anytime soon? I doubt it.
Let's see. My next stored comment. I've been trying to tell everybody hello in the chat. So if I'm not saying it out loud, it's because I'm telling you in the chat. So please bear with me. I want to make sure I get everybody's questions. Laura, and by the way, she's the one that's going to be doing our all Q&A about Etsy on Friday. So come out and check that out tomorrow with your questions about Etsy. Are sellers required to use their own photos, or can they use someone else's photo? Follow up. If you find my photos being used, can I get Poshmark to take them down?
Great question. Yeah. We call those stock photos. So if I have, let's say that I have a pair of Lululemon warm-up pants, and I find this brand is still for sale on the Lululemon website. There are sellers, there are all kinds of sellers who will copy and paste that photo of the model in the pants onto their listing, and that'll be like they'll show the stock photo first. There are also people who have like similar listings. So let's say that I've got this beautiful Coach bag, and I just can't find the right lighting, but somebody else has the exact same Coach bag in the exact same color, and they have a perfect photo. There are people who will go and copy and paste those photos. So they'll download the photo to their own computer and then use that in their listing. If you find that your photo is being used, yes, please report it to Poshmark and get it taken down. You're not supposed to use other people's photos. That's considered stealing. And you're not supposed to use you're not supposed to use stock photos because that is also considered stealing. And really it is. You're stealing somebody's intellectual property and creativity.
Right.
So I don't use stock photos on anything that I do. And all of the photos in my closet are 100% original from my little, and you'll see I'm not the best photographer in the world. But yeah, you're not supposed to use other people's. Now, do people do it and get away with it all the time? Sure they do.
Yeah, I see that a lot on other platforms too. Even when I go to list something, if it says, do you want to use the stock photo? I don't, because I want to use my own. I want them to see what I have. And I like that idea that they don't let you do it. All right, Sherry, and hello, good morning and welcome, sir. How are you doing? Good to see you. My better friend, question. In Japan, pre-loved Levi's sulfur storm or neat amounts. They're about $200 to $300 US. Never heard of that.
I don't really see a question there, but I can tell you that with Poshmark, they do have you sell in your own country. So if I were selling Levi's that I knew that I could get a lot more on a different platform, then I would sell them on that platform. Specifically, eBay has probably the best. Yeah, I would say eBay probably has the very best global pricing and shipping situation. So if you have something that you know in another country would be extremely rare or hard to find, that you would get a much, much higher price than you would in the US, then yeah, absolutely sell it there. Don't sell it on Poshmark, because Poshmark is like, they have Poshmark US, Poshmark Canada, and now they have Poshmark UK that they have just launched. And you can only sell in your own country at this point. So I can't sell to something. Huh?
You have to apply for those countries as well? If you want to sell on those countries' platforms?
You can't even apply at this point.
Oh, okay.
I can't even apply for a Poshmark Canada, because I'd love to sell to Canada.
Yeah, because that's like that with Amazon, where you have to apply for it.
Yeah, with Amazon, with eBay, they have the opportunity, but Poshmark can't. Poshmark can't do that.
All right, we do have a question here from Dawn Southern Finds. Dawn, if you do a bundle for a person, you don't have to give a shipping discount, right?
That's correct. Yeah, if you have a bundle that you're sending an offer on, that means Poshmark doesn't require for you to do a shipping discount for that. But if you send an offer to Liker, then yeah.
Off-topic answer if you want. Dana, besides auctions and resale content, where else do you watch on who else do you watch on YouTube?
You would laugh if you found out. There is a lady called Brooke Crisp, CRISP, and she and her family go snorkeling they live in Florida, and they go snorkeling all the time and catch lobsters and stuff. I watch that. I also watch, there's a lady called Lee Cathy, and I am probably totally butchering that. It's L-I, and then the second word is C-A, like the California, and then the third word is T-H-Y. No, I'm sorry, it's L-Y-C-A-T-H-Y, but they're three separate words. And she is a lady who is in Vietnam, and she lives in the jungle and she farms and stuff. I watch a lot of crazy stuff. I go down these rabbit holes on YouTube, and just like there's something very soothing about going from like a high volume, auction to like just like now I'm in the woods of Vietnam, watching somebody farm sugarcane or something. Yeah, it's
That's
strange.
like when I catch something that catches my eye about a YouTube video, and then I go down that rabbit hole and I start watching that same type of content. So yeah.
Yeah. And then my daily stories from like Apple Text and iOS Text, because those are gossipy. And I just turn the volume off and just read it. I love it.
All right. I kind of know what this is about because I was in the morning show when that happened. The question is, a friend of mine said someone on Poshmark keeps sending her different bundle messages offers. She is not interested in any of it and wants to know how to make them stop. And evidently, from what I'm understanding, because this was actually in the morning show, I was actually in the chat when it happened. Every week she gets a bundle deal from this person, and it's nothing that she's looked up, nothing she's researched, nothing she's searched for, and they're sending her a bundle deal each week. How can they stop that if they can?
They can, absolutely. You can block that person. So in the Poshmark, and let me go back to my main page so I don't say this the wrong way. In your Poshmark main page where you go to your closet, you can search, let's say I'm looking for, I don't know. Let's say that I sold something to somebody and I click on their name, or somebody sent me a bundle offer, and in your news feed, you see the bundle offer and you click on their name. You can go to their name in the upper right-hand corner. You can actually block them. You go to about, and then I think it's about, and then you go, and then you block them. So basically you just, block them. That's about it. Hold on. Let me go to my news feed and see if I can block somebody. This will be fun. There we go. Okay. So I'm clicking on somebody's name and then it's not the about. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So next to the word following, to the right of the word following on your, in the upper right-hand corner of their page, you can report user or you can block user. You can look at your bundles from them. You can report user or block user. I usually don't report user unless they're doing something really, really bad. And even then, if it's none of my business, it's none of my business. But I don't, unless somebody were to like get on there and like try to get pervy or something. But other than that, I don't really report users, but I do block users if I feel that they've become problematic or obsessive.
Okay. Our next question is from Anne Marie. A lady I was watching live was offering 12 tray spots to one person. They had to win it. What is that type of selling? We're also asking if she accepting more clothing.
12 tray spots to one person. They had to win it. What is that type of selling? Was it on a Poshmark live, Anne? What is that type of selling? People are also asking if she's accepting more clothes. It sounds like what she was doing was like a giveaway situation of some sort that was tied in with her live sale. If it's a Poshmark live, the answer is I'm not entirely sure. People get really creative sometimes, and sometimes young people get creative to the point where you can't understand what's going on. She may have a following that is already part of it. So picture like somebody walking into a silver stacker auction on Saturdays, or a silver stacker bingo on Saturdays, and then asking me what kind of bingo that is. I honestly, I don't know.
She said yes. It was must have been a live. She answered
okay,
yes.
Yeah, the Poshmark lives, a lot of times what they'll have is like little competitions, and they'll have like a group of followers. So it's probably something that she has some continuing situation with her followers. A lot of times they'll explain it right at the beginning of the show, but then they won't explain it again. They won't explain it mid-show, which is kind of a, for people just wandering in, that's kind of a problem. But yeah, it sounds like a giveaway situation that she was working on. And as far as people asking if she's donating clothes, that sounds like her friends are in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna combine this statement with the next question because I did see a question. My Buying Space says you can buy stock photos with permission.
Sure.
And then there was another one that I highlighted, not that far behind. Let's see. Susie says, FYI, sales under $15, Poshmark takes a flat commission of $2.95. For sales of $15 or more, you keep 80% of the sales, and Poshmark's commission is 20%.
That's not been my experience, but maybe that's your experience. Actually, it's true for me for sales of under $5 or more, that Poshmark takes a flat commission of $2.95. But anything more than $5, Poshmark it does the 80-20. So I think it's true, but it may be, for me, it's only been under $5. So I'm not sure where the 15 comes from. And again, stock photos that's something that is up to each and every person. I just know that if you use stock photos without permission, you're using somebody else's intellectual property.
Right.
Do I think that you can purchase them? Yes. Is it worth the purchase? That's up to you. So, it depends on what they cost, I guess. I've never tried to buy a stock photo. I just take photos and I'm like, okay, now you're getting the real deal.
Thomas says, I would love to see people's YouTube homepage to see their suggested videos to get an idea of what they watch. We can talk about that on Monday.
Yeah, you would be very confused because I watch a series. I'll watch like literally 10 runway shows in a row, and then I'm in a jungle in Vietnam, watching the lady farm.
Jennifer says, watch Kelly Young. She is a cool fishing driven girl.
Diving girl. Yeah, and I watched like the Fish Locker where this guy's out of Cornwall and he's like, today we're going to get the fish, and it's like hilarious. And then I watched like some of the UK resellers because you could listen to some of them read the phone books, especially the Scottish ones.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to find any other stores or any items that I missed because this chat is flying. I'm trying to make sure I get everyone. Mara forgot about Molly, Johnny forgot. No, I dropped your links already before, Jennifer. I did right before we even started talking. Yes, I did. Right when Glam started talking about her channel. I didn't forget about you.
By the way, good morning, Veronica.
They're doing sometimes from your closet. They are doing the pics sometimes from your closet auction with 5 stores. Not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, everybody's in charge. It's kind of like Whatnot, where everybody's in charge of their own show and how that works. And there's no one right formula. So I think there are sometimes.
I find there are so many people that are constantly putting together bundles from my closet, and 2 years later, they still never bought it. Wow.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. If somebody becomes like, like a repeat bundler, it may be. I've had somebody where they just keep bundling and bundling and bundling. I think too that there are people who don't realize when they hit they think that they're sharing your thing, and they think that they're sharing your listing, and they're not. They're bundling it.
Oh, okay.
Because they kind of look alike.
Resell Therapy would like to know, are the live sales limited to higher end sellers?
That is a great question. I'd like to know that. They send out the invitations, and so the people who have invitations to do it are the first ones to get it. I didn't get an invitation, and I don't have. I mean, I don't have like a super go hardcore closet. I have like my fun little closet. So maybe that is possible to start with, but I don't think that's going to be the end all and be all, because I've seen some people, like I saw a live show where the girl sold maybe like 3 things, and they were all kind of inexpensive stuff. I know, because I bought 2 of them.
Okay. Let's see here. I just saw the next question. Let me go to that one because I got it stored. Right here. Peddling profits. Would you recommend selling vintage antique hard goods on Poshmark?
No. Just brutally honest. No, but I would recommend cross-listing them to Poshmark, yes. Because there are some people who, and the more platforms that you get on, obviously, the more you're going to sell, right? But I think too that, vintage antique hard goods, everybody's like, oh, sell it on Etsy. I think, honestly, cross-listing, if you have hard goods, cross-listing really is the way to go. Because I think that the more platforms that you put something on, the better off you are. I mean, the more exposure you're getting, right? So you want as many eyes on your items as possible. So would I recommend putting them on Poshmark? Yeah, especially if you have like a cross-listing program like Vendu or something like that.
Peddling Profits has another question. Can one be successful on Poshmark without doing all of the sharing?
I don't want to say can or can't, because I don't know. I've always done the sharing, but I can tell you this. When I first started on Poshmark, I had about 150 items in my closet, and I shared once a day because I was sharing manually, and I was like, click, 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 click. So it wasn't until I actually got the bot and I started sharing daily, like 10 times, 15 times a day, my whole closet, that I really started making money. So can you make money? Yes, I think you can make money without sharing, but I think people are going to accidentally find your stuff. The thing about sharing is that it does put your items at the top of the search bar, or at least for a minute or two.
The next one is, Tina would like to know, Ms. Glammaz, would you recommend starting Posh with one category, example jeans, or with the coming season spring?
I would recommend starting Posh with whatever is in your closet that you're not wearing anymore. Legit. Anything and everything that you want to sell, I would probably just pop it up there. Because the thing is that you can say, well, I'm going to sell this, pastel floral thing for spring, but it could be that we have one of those weird fashion falls where everybody's wearing pastel florals and it's way out of season traditionally, but it's the new trend. You could have, I have swimsuits. I sell swimwear in the middle of winter because people go on vacations. They go on, they go to resorts in January. So I can sell resorts. I just shipped out, and this is like February 23rd. I just shipped out yesterday a Santa Claus t-shirt. It was a funny Santa Claus t-shirt. So I would say that, you want to push certain things when it comes to certain seasons. You want to really make sure that you're ready for the season. But that being said, you can list anything, anytime, all year round.
Rachel, by the way, hello, good morning and welcome. And today is all about Poshmark Q&A. She said she sells live on Poshmark.
Oh, good. Rachel, actually,
Real Beauty.
Yeah. Rachel,
she changed her screen name a while back, but that's Rachel. Yeah. You may remember her as Rachel Reinventing Rachel.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out your closet and check out your next live. I'll make sure and schedule for that.
Let's see. Are there free sharing bots?
Not that I know of. There are, but Poshmark did its best to kind of keep up with the bots. So you can do something now that you couldn't do 2 years ago, which is you can do group sharing, and you can share out your closet much more easily using Poshmark, using your just free Poshmark app. So you don't have to pay extra for it. I pay extra for it because I like to be able to pre-schedule it. I like to be able to send out group offers and know exactly what's going out. I like to be able to follow the details on that, to do an offer watcher, to have that always watching for offers and be able to send stuff out for me. So yeah, there are free sharing. Are there free sharing bots? Not really, but yes, because Poshmark is its own free sharing bot. And you can use that if you want. It just has less options, obviously.
I am in Canada and I don't put a ton of effort into my closet. And I did get into an invite to do a live. However, it was in my spam, so I wasn't sure and disregarded it.
Huh. Okay.
Question: has the live sales hurt others on their platform that doesn't sell live? Others we know that sell on Poshmark said that they noticed a big decline since the live auctions. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. I can tell you that that sales on Posh have generally gone down. It might be a matter of two crazy things happening at once. I'm not entirely sure that it does have to do with the live sales, because there's also a situation with the economy, and there's a reason why eggs are $9 at Walgreens, and $5 or $4 for a dozen at at your local grocery store. The cost of living is going up, and the cost of the money that people are being paid isn't quite going up as fast as the cost of living, which is always the case. It's been the case since the beginning of time.
Reselling Therapy says, with all the sharing and parties, etc., are the main reason I quit Poshmark.
And that's a valid reason. There are people who have quit Poshmark because of all of that. It wasn't until probably the past year and a half that I actually got a hold of a bot and had it do it all for me. And that made a huge difference, because I was looking at my Poshmark closet going, ugh, I need to just, maybe close it down and just go straight to eBay and just, because you don't have to share all the time. The thing is that once I got the bot to do all the sharing and stuff, and to do all of that, then I was like, oh yeah, this is easy peasy. And I've got my stuff is in front of people and I'm actually selling stuff. So
Yvonne says, I can't watch them. I don't like them.
Are you talking about live
shows? Somebody said earlier, and I'm trying to find it. Free Canada for sales under C20 Poshmark flat rate commission. All right, here. It seems like the screens are too tiny for a clothing of a sale.
It really, all of the lives that I've gone to, and I've only gone to like 4 or 5, all the lives that I go to, they always start with jewelry and stuff like that. I always purchase and then I skedaddle out of there. So I would guess that unless you have like tiny clothes or unless you have a very large screen, I would guess that it would be tough. And especially if people are watching this on their phone, can you imagine? I mean, it just seems like it would be very difficult. Now they do have, like Whatnot, they do have a list of what they're going to auction off to the left. So you can click on that listing and find the whole listing as it's listed in Poshmark. And that is, that's got like all the different pictures and all the different angles and the fabric tag and stuff like that. So maybe that's what.
Rachel says, so the lives are different from other sums. So the lives are different for others. And some are saying are taking advantage of the system doing silent lives, which I think should be banned. It's hurting the algorithm.
Honestly, I haven't gone to see a silent live. I'm going to have to go see one to see what you're talking about. All I've done were the regular lives, although they're not as fun as Whatnot, because Whatnot has good music usually.
Renee would like to know, she said, question about how much do the bots cost?
Depending on what service you get, they can be anywhere from, $20 to $30 a month. And that's a good question, shopping on the low, and we'll come back to that in a second. So mine is $25 a month for Posher VA, and I find that it's worth the money. For me, it's worth the money. I average it out to my cost of goods.
So shopping on those says, I thought bots were not allowed on Poshmark.
At one point, that is true. Actually, up until the point about a year and a half ago, that was true. What changed this situation was they started inviting people, places like J Crew Outlet and Free People, and they have actually companies that have pages now on Poshmark, and those companies used bots every day, all day. That's all they use, because nobody from J Crew is going to sit and share it one at a time. So because of that, I think they finally kind of recognized the hypocrisy. In addition, Poshmark was bought by I want to say it was a Korean company. Poshmark was just purchased by a Korean company last fall. That is actually, they sell stuff like the bots. They're like a networking company, and they're a oh gosh, I forget what they call it, but it's a technological company. Basically, it's a technology company. So they welcome the bots, and so the bots have been kind of an open secret, and it's kind of like the God, what am I thinking of? It's kind of like the most well-known open secret ever. If you know, you know. But yeah, Posh actually does allow the bots now.
Our questions was just answered above. Okay, yeah, that was the next one I was going to highlight, and she said it was already answered. The person sharing, not a bot, because in Poshmark terms, yeah, that's what you just said. So.
Yeah, the terms of service have changed. Yeah.
Yvonne says, don't ask, don't tell.
Right. That's, yeah, honestly.
Okay, y'all, I think that's going to bring our show to an end as far as the Q&A, because I do have other shows coming on with others on the panels. But if you would like to come on and chit chat with us, you're more than welcome to. We're going to be doing this every Thursday, so make sure you do bring your questions and answers. We'll give you some answers once we find out. If you have any questions that the panel that cannot figure it out or doesn't know, they better research it, and they can bring that to you for the following week. Hello, John. Welcome. And so we will be doing this every day, Monday through Friday. Mondays is usually about YouTube and or StreamYard. Tuesdays is with Tommy, the Bargain Effects Q&A, all about eBay. Wednesday, we've started yesterday with all Wednesdays will be What Not Wednesdays. Of course, Thursdays with Glammaz. That's, by the way, what Wednesdays is with Anthony, full-time reseller. And then on Thursdays, of course, with Glammaz with Poshmark. And starting tomorrow, we have Design Laura, which she'll be in doing the Q&A all about Etsy. And again, the same thing. If you have questions and you stumble, she doesn't know the answers or they don't know the answers, I'm sure they'll go ahead and research it, as we talked about it in the back rooms and things like that, where they'll bring it to you the following week if they can't find out for you right then and there during the show. So make sure you do bring your questions to the shows every day of the week. Also, don't forget that I have an announcement I'll be making Monday. So it's going to be very important that you do come out on Monday, because there's going to be another change to the live shows here on the Kajun Roots Reseller. So I will be making that announcement on Monday morning's show. You just never know what I'm doing in the back room to change things up for the show. So also, Glammaz, before we go and open the panel for those who'd like to come on and chit chat with us after the show's over, don't forget to talk about your channel, promote what you got going on, and what you got coming up this weekend.
Sure. Let's talk about tonight. Tonight's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys can join me on the live. There's no selling. There's no nothing. I may go ahead and do a giveaway just because I think it's fun. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and just say I'm going to do a giveaway because they're fun. Why not? And it's going to be fashion related, of course, because that's what I do. And I usually do. I think I have halfway decent giveaways. I hope I do. So we are going to, at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, we are going to get together and for Glammaz very much opinionated and super salty red carpet fashion review. And it's not just a roast, but there's a lot of roast included. There's so much salt, honey. I like a good salty roast, don't you? And we'll talk about what our favorites were on this red carpet season and what some of our maybe some of our least favorites, and more importantly, why is something going to be iconic in 20 years and why is something going to be utterly forgettable? So we'll talk about that sort of stuff tonight. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m., I go live again, and we're going to talk about reselling news around the horn. We'll talk about fashion news, what's sold. And I did just order a ThredUp 30-pound denim box. So at some point, I'm going to go live and actually open that up on camera, and you'll get my real-time, like it or not, you'll get my real-time response to that. So that'll be fun. So that all is going on. And again, every Saturday morning, I'll be live on Glammaz Closet at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And every Thursday morning, at least for the foreseeable future, and again, it's up to Johnny, but every Thursday morning, we'll be talking about Poshmark.
All right. And I'm dropping the links in the chat.
Well, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and pin the links to the top. Also, all of the information for Glammaz is in the description bar below. I use the description bar for everyone who's on the panels. So make sure you check that out. I got her Poshmark, her YouTube, and her email. That way you can reach out to her if you need to. And don't forget that 9:30, which was like 2 minutes ago, Dawn's Southern Finds Dawn and Susie Woozy go live from the doghouse. So go give them some love and support as well. And tell them we sent you. So definitely go check them out. And again, if you'd like to come on after the show's over, the link is at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to come on. And I try to keep the show as much as possible, especially on Thursdays, because we want to make sure we support other channels, especially when Dawn only goes live on Thursday mornings. So let's go show them some love and support. And I did drop all the links again for Jennifer, so make sure you check those out as well. And again, Jennifer's been dropping links for everyone coming into the chat. But if you missed it, go to the 3 dots next to their name. Check out their channel. If you like their content, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit the notifications for all. But most importantly, what I have been doing lately is I go watch a video, then I subscribe, and then I hit notifications of all. And then I'll leave a comment and give them a thumbs up. So that all helps. So try to do that when you do check out these channels. And as I say before I end each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. Until we meet again, later. Peace out.